Coming of Age is coming up next. I'm your host, Josh Newby. First today, we'll talk weight gain during the holidays and how some very small choices can make big positive differences for your health during the food-intensive final months of the year. Then the holidays, of course, also means open enrollment, what that means for you, your wallet, and your insurance. Finally, we'll talk about ways to make your home more accessible as you age. Stay with us. Coming of Age starts right now. As we age, staying active in life and involved in the community can become a challenge. But with Council on Aging of West Florida's range of home-based services, you remain healthy, independent, and engaged. From Meals on Wheels and respite care to senior dining sites and the retreat, you'll feel empowered to regain your freedom while retaining what makes you, you. We've been in the community for nearly 50 years, advocating for elders and supporting those who care for our parents and grandparents. We were there when your father's health began declining, when your mother needed companionship during the day. And guess what? We'll be there down the road when you need those services too. Now, join with us as we talk together about the aging issues that matter to you. Well, the holidays are approaching, and this can mean parties, family gatherings, and lots of yummy foods. Research shows most adults usually gain weight during the holiday season. No surprise, but don't despair. Jessica Gilkey, a registered dietitian with Baptist Healthcare, is here to talk to us today about how we can be conscious of the decisions we make during this time and how we can set wellness goals for the new year. Jessica, thank you so much for coming on today.
Yeah, of course. Happy to be here.
Tell us, what are some of the ways that we can enjoy some of the traditional holiday foods while remaining health conscious?
Yeah, so what I say is I always say modify. Swap out some unhealthy or inflammatory ingredients for those that are going to heal your body, such as whole food ingredients or whole fats. The biggest food triggers for inflammation, and I'm sure you guys have heard a lot about this, gluten and dairy. So if you swap a lot of those out, that can really reduce some of those gut triggers.
I'm curious, what is the typical statistical holiday weight gain, and how can we try to mitigate that?
Yeah, so the current research is telling us about 1 to 5 pounds. However, with COVID, I have been coaching people with typically about 10 to 15 pounds of weight gain. So things are looking a little bit different this holiday season. So what I am telling you or telling people to do is to start slow and be realistic. Set goals that are going to work for you and your family, and remember that consistency is going to be key.
I'm curious how you personally approach holiday eating in your house.
Yeah, so what I do, because there is a lot of diversity of food preferences in my house, especially me and my husband do not eat the same diets. My kids, everything, everybody's different. So what I do is I make my own healthy dishes when I'm able to and enjoy when I'm able to control. Being portion conscious and drinking a lot of water can really go a long way as well. And I also try to enjoy time with my family as much as possible and remember what the season is for, which brings a lot of gratitude into my life. And I also like to think that, health is not a single component and it's really a linear process. And so doing these little things can really help me be mindful of that.
Any supplements or vitamins to keep on the shelf during the new year?
Yeah, no, so some great foundational supplements are, of course, like probiotics and multivitamins are going to be great. But during the holiday season, I always like to bring to the forefront L-glutamine. It's an amino acid that can be really healing for the body, the digestive system, but it really helps rewire like those neurotransmitters in your brain to really help combat sugar cravings at a cellular level.
Talk to us about goal setting. How do you feel about New Year's resolutions and the culture around that?
Yeah, I would say it really depends on the person. I think goal setting and visualizing what you want can be really powerful. I do it myself. I use vision boards with a lot of my clients as well. But the component that you need to make sure that you have is a support system. If you don't have that support system in place, it can be really hard to stay on track.
A lot of folks during the holidays like to just sit around with family, sit around in front of the TV. Talk to us about some ways to incorporate more movement into the holiday season.
Yeah, that's a great question. Be really realistic about it. If walking daily is realistic for you, I say do that. And then if you can bring your family into that component as well, do that. What we always do is after the family meals, whatever holiday season it is, we go for a family walk afterwards. And we live in a great environment, Pensacola, Gulf Breeze, Navarre, such a great place where we don't have like snow and ice that we have to combat. So this is a great place to get outside during the holiday season, enjoy the weather, do walking or running, but not get overheated.
All right, so what if you decide to just enjoy the holidays, right? Not think too much about it. What are some cues that we can at least be mindful of so we don't get too far off track?
Yeah, so I just say keep it simple with that. Drink more water, be more mindful of portion sizes, fill up your plate with more fruits and veggies and meats if you're able to, or even use smaller plates and utensils because that can trick your brain into looking like you have more food than you actually do. Or you can even just slow down when you're eating because it takes about 20 minutes from when food hits your stomach to let your brain know that you're full. So just keep it simple and use those simple concepts.
Okay, and last question for you. You mentioned it a little bit earlier, but talk about how filling fruits and vegetables can be as opposed to the more calorie-dense foods and, how that might help us feel fuller while intaking fewer calories.
Absolutely. So if you can focus or just kind of shift your mindset a little bit to do those calorie dense foods, the ones that you said are going to fill you up, have a lot of good fiber and phytonutrients, and then kind of move away from some of those unhealthy or inflammatory foods like you're talking about, that can just go a long way.
Awesome, Jessica. Thank you so much for coming on today. Next, we're talking about open enrollment and a team of non-biased volunteers standing ready to help you. Stay with us.
Transform your bathtub into a walk-in shower with TubCut.
It's the greatest relief in the world being able to feel safe in the bathroom again.
TubCut installs in 1 day, is 100% reversible, and has a lifetime factory warranty.
I had shopped around because money is an issue, and I found that the TubCut was the most affordable choice.
Get affordable, safe, and easy step-through access to your shower.
Call TubCut at 850-529-7601.
The Reesburg Institute, Pensacola's ear, nose, throat, and voice center. We welcome you to visit us at our convenient Davis Highway location in Pensacola. At the Reesburg Institute, we offer the most advanced treatment available in a calm, stress-free environment. Since 2014, we've performed over 1,000 cases in office of balloon sinus surgery, as well as septoplasty and nasal procedures using oral sedation. The in-office procedures result in a faster healing time. Visit us and feel the difference. The Beacon at Gulf Breeze offers the finest senior living community in the area. We are here for your loved ones who need assisted living and advanced memory care services. Seniors will feel right at home with studio, one-bedroom apartments, a large dining area, a beautiful landscape courtyard, and even a salon. With professional staff and one-on-one care, your loved ones are our top priority. Welcome to the Beacon at Gulf Breeze. Welcome home.
Health insurance can be confusing and intimidating for anyone, especially if you are switching plans or entering a new stage of your life. There is so much to figure out in order to ensure your health remains intact, and that importance only grows as you age. Well, let's talk with SHINE. That stands for Serving Health Insurance Needs of Elders, about their team of folks who stands ready to help you. Marty, thank you so much for coming on today.
Thank you, Josh. I enjoy being here.
What is SHINE? Tell us about SHINE.
Well, SHINE is a federally funded program. In the state of Florida, it's ministered through the Department of Elder Affairs. So this is free counseling for anybody that needs it during open enrollment, or even if they need it throughout the year. Maybe they're about to turn 65 and they're not sure which path to take on Medicare, original Medicare, or go with an Advantage plan. We can help them. We can give them options because it's a very individualized choice.
You mentioned open enrollment. I know that's a trigger phrase for you.
Right.
If you've been in the same insurance plan for forever, you may not really be aware of what open enrollment is or what it entails. Right. So what is open enrollment?
Open enrollment is the one time of the year, October 15th through December 7th, that an individual that's currently enrolled in Medicare can make changes in their plan. If they might change, there's a lot of different options. They might change from original Medicare to a Medicare Advantage plan. You see a lot of those plans advertised on TV right now. Mm-hmm. You've got William Shatner,
right?
JJ,
right,
advertising for these different insurance companies. Well, when you call those numbers, you're actually going to get an insurance salesperson, and they don't make a commission by not selling you anything.
Right.
So what I would suggest instead of doing that is call us. Call Shine, because all my counselors, none of them are insurance salespeople. They cannot be an insurance salesperson to be a Shine counselor, but they're very well educated in all things Medicare. And they can give you options based on the drugs you're on, the doctors you go to, and so forth. So it's a very individualized counseling service.
Are you limited to accessing Shine during open enrollment, or can you
No.
call during any point of the year?
Any point of the year you can call, but the problem is, if you call outside of open enrollment, you may not be able to change plans.
Right.
There are some special enrollment periods for individuals, several of them, but I don't want to confuse people with that today, because the main thing is open enrollment is for everybody. If you don't like the plan you're on this time of year, you can call us and explore your options. We definitely encourage people to review their current plan with one of our counselors. And again, people now during the month of September, the end of September, got notifications from their plan that maybe a drug they were on is no longer part of their formulary, it won't be covered, or the doctor, their favorite doctor, is no longer taking that particular insurance. So that's important to seniors, because health is everything at this age.
What about enrolling in Medicare for the first time? Does that also happen only during open enrollment?
No.
Or is that okay?
No. When someone's, you've got a 7-month window to get into Medicare. Ideally, the first 3 months before your birth date. So let's say you were born in April. Then you have the month of April that you can enroll. You've got the 3 months prior to April that you can enroll, which is ideal, because then your insurance, your Medicare insurance, will be effective on the first day of the month of your birthday.
Right.
So it'd be effective April 1st. Or you can enroll 3 months after April. So, but then the active date of your Medicare varies. It's staggered depending upon what month it is. If it's the first month after your birth month, or second month, or third month, it would be staggered. So ideally for most people, they want to have it go into effect the first day of their birth month.
So you mentioned the Shine volunteers, and I'll just be honest, the public hears the term volunteers and they think, are these individuals really trained to deal with the minutia? Talk about that.
They're amazing. These are people come from a wide variety of backgrounds. Most of the ones I have on staff for the 4 counties, Escambia, Santa Rosa, Okaloosa, and Walton, have a minimum bachelor's degree or even a master's degree. I've even got a person with a doctorate on board. I've had UWF professors that have become Shine volunteers. And several of my counselors were engineers in their other life. I've got counselors that range in age from their 50s to, I've got one counselor that is absolutely amazing. He's been with the program 17 years, just celebrated it recently. And he's been a trainer, a mentor. He still mentors the new people, and he's a walking encyclopedia of Medicare. I'm not going to tell you his name, because everybody would be calling and asking for him. But they're very, very well educated. The training program to become a Shine volunteer takes about 6 months.
Okay.
Because there's online training, there's face-to-face training, there's mentoring by a senior counselor. We just don't release them to talk to the public until they've gone through all this training, passed tests, multiple tests, and getting that mentoring with a senior counselor as well. And then what's really cool is that the mentoring counselors are always available to answer questions for that new volunteer.
Okay. Yeah. We've just got about a minute left. I know time flies. But I did want to ask you, what if individuals have a question about Part C, Medicare Advantage?
Okay, Part C, Medicare Advantage. There's 2 paths in Medicare. There's the original path where you go A, B, and D, which is for a drug plan. And then Medicare Part C includes A, B, and D, and that's usually through another company, an insurance company. And there are some limitations on Medicare Advantage plans. They're not for everybody. Original Medicare, for example, you can use it anywhere.
Right.
Where a Medicare Advantage plan, you may not be able to use it everywhere across the United States. Excellent. So, there is a difference there.
Okay, excellent.
Yeah.
Well, it's critical information, especially as folks approach that age. Marty, thank you so much for coming on today.
And I do want to stress it's free.
Well, right, we didn't even mention
that.
Right,
it's free. It's funded by the federal government. It's totally free at no cost.
Yes.
You can get the advice of an educated counselor on your Medicare.
Absolutely invaluable. Thank you so much, Marty.
Thank you.
Stay with us because we are talking about the accessibility of your home next.
Since 1989, TLC Caregivers has been providing the special help people need to stay independent in their own homes. TLC is an employer of choice in the home care market. Our employees are screened with Level 2 background screens, drug-free, and have caregiving experience. If you have time, enjoy people, and are interested in joining us, go to tlccaregivers.com to learn more about becoming a TLC caregiver or visit us in Cordova Square.
For more than 25 years, the potential for health improvement is seen with each patient that walks through our doors. Healthcare decisions don't have to be confusing. Make Island Doctors your medical practice.
My husband and I have been coming to Island Doctors for approximately 10 years, and we have been very happy with them, and we trust them.
Call us today and schedule a tour of one of our locations near you and take a look at our Best Wellness program, and welcome home.
When cancer tries to take you away from the things that matter most, Baptist Cancer Institute offers caring physicians and the most innovative treatment options. With convenient locations and a wide array of support programs and services, we're here to help you during the most difficult of times. As a member of the Mayo Clinic Care Network, we're bringing even more innovative cancer care to our community right here at home. When you need cancer care, we'll be there.
You may be surprised at the activities of daily living that you are no longer able to perform as you age. Perhaps most crucially and surprising is the ability to bathe yourself, which of course affects your hygiene, your health, your social life, so much more. Well, there is a way to make it more accessible, even for the disabled, to maintain your quality of life in your home. Keith Sanders with Senior Home Safety Products joins us now. Keith, thank you so much for coming on today.
Thank you. It's a pleasure being here.
Well, tell us what you do, Keith.
Well, I have a small company that we address the needs of seniors to allow them to live in their homes longer and safer. Studies have shown that if you're in a favorable environment and you're comfortable there, that you live a lot longer, you're happier. So we try to make it so the home is safer, especially the bathing experience is safer for them.
We talk about it all the time. You know, for some seniors, they need a nursing home, right? They need an assisted living facility. But for so many of them, with just some slight adjustments, they can stay at home and be happier and be healthier. And that's so crucial. Tell us what a tub conversion entails.
Okay. Well, this is just a small little mock-up of it, but we take out anywhere from an 18-inch to about a 40-inch section of the front of the tub.
Okay.
We make it, depending on the tub, about 4 inches from the floor.
Okay.
Which is about what a shower would be if they had a shower inside.
Right.
So that makes it accessible for them to step over and get into the tub.
Okay.
We put handrails up on each side generally, and sometimes on the back wall if they need it. And we put a non-slip mat in the bottom, and they're they can get in and out and access the tub a lot more safer.
To me, the benefits are pretty clear, pretty self-explanatory. You can access your bath, but you deal with these folks. You talk with them. Tell us about some of the benefits and the enhancement in the quality of life that they experience.
Well, it's funny you mentioned that. About half of the ones we put in are for people that don't need it yet.
Right.
But you're kind of pre-planning or trying to keep from breaking a hip or something. In that case, we go in and we do a home evaluation and we determine what their needs are, or what they're expecting their needs to be, or what they want to accomplish, and we address those individually as needed. It may involve a handicap ramp of some type. It may involve a rail down the hall for them to hold on to go, a long hall or something. A handicap height toilet, 19-inch toilet, so that they can, use that better. And it may not be this product. If they have already progressed past a point that this would be beneficial to them, I don't want to sell it to them.
Sure.
I want to send them to somebody that can better address their needs. So this isn't for everybody.
And I said it before, and I'll say it again. You don't realize how much you do in your daily living that one day you may need assistance for. You know what I mean? Everything from, stepping up into your house. You mentioned a wheelchair ramp to getting into the bath, obviously, going to the bathroom. Right. These are essential activities that you assist with. It sounds like you really tailor make each experience to the client need. So, let's talk about cost. What are the payment options? What does that look like?
Okay. Well, we're not set up for credit cards. I'll get that out of the way.
Okay.
But we try to do this as inexpensively as possible.
Sure.
It runs starting with like a fiberglass tub, about $1,500.
Okay.
For the handrails and the mat and an 18-inch width conversion. That goes up if it's a metal tub or a porcelain tub or a marble tub, of course. But we can do garden tubs, big oval garden tubs. We've done some jetted tubs.
Okay.
So we can do just about any type of tub. But we do need to evaluate and make sure we have the proper materials on hand before we do it. The good thing is we can do this in half a day.
That is good.
They can use it the next morning.
Right.
And it's even reversible.
Yeah. Tell me about that.
Basically, when we cut this section out, it's cut very precisely, and a bonding agent puts the new material in and holds it in place. Then it's painted with an airbrush to match the existing tub. If down the road they wanted to sell their house or something, we can convert that basically to what it was. Just put that unit back in with some bracing and what have you.
Okay.
And it's just as strong or stronger.
Sure.
However, in most cases, I don't think they'll want to do that because with 70,000 people a year moving to Florida, and the chance of you selling your house to another senior, this is actually a selling enhancement, not a deterrent. Yeah. But it could be addressed.
That is a good point. I'm curious, let's say I call tomorrow and I want this service, as soon as possible. Is there a current backlog? What's that turnaround look like?
Basically, we're running about a 5 to 7 day period.
Okay.
It varies a little bit, but we don't want anybody to feel pressured. We come out, we do the evaluation, and we want them to talk it over with their friends, their pastor, their children.
Sure.
Make sure that they're comfortable making this decision. It's not a major decision, but compared to a $10,000 or $15,000 tub conversion, a bathroom conversion, this is small potatoes.
Yeah, absolutely.
But it meets the needs for about probably 90% of the people.
That's excellent. You mentioned a little bit before, but I'm curious if you could just go into it a little more. Talk about the importance of bathing accessibility for seniors.
Well, that's important. Cleanliness, of course, but I've had people that were 80 years old. In fact, I had a recent lady down in Valparaiso that hadn't had a bath for 3 years.
Jeez.
And, she had sponge bath because she couldn't get over the side of her tub, had nothing to hold on to, and she lived alone and what have you. With something like this, we eliminate that. I mean, she hugged me and cried when we put it in. I mean, you know,
wow.
And that's not the first time, but I mean, that's a recent experience. But in the last 3 years, we've done hundreds of these.
Yeah.
And it's, you know, it's just made a lot of difference in a lot of people's lives.
Yeah, talk about an immediate increase in the quality of life. You do all of Florida? What's your service
We
area?
run from the time zone over to the Mississippi state line.
Okay.
And we go up to Montgomery, Alex City. We've done a few of them up that way.
Excellent.
I hope to expand to Panama City and Dothan and maybe Montgomery. I've got a new guy in Mobile that's presently doing them over there.
Okay.
So, and I've got an installer here.
Excellent. Well, it's a crucial service, Keith, and I know we at Council on Aging believe in keeping seniors at home for as long as possible, and your products and services certainly enable that. Thank you so much for coming on today.
Well, it was a real pleasure. Thank you very much.
Until next time, enjoy life. You've earned it.
You made her college years possible, opening that education savings account when she was little, spearheading campus tours, and deciphering financial aid. If you can ace planning for college, you can do it for retirement. Get on track with tips at aceyourretirement.org.
COVID-19 has changed how we show up and show out with our family. Now it's time to take the first step that lets us get back to talking smack with a side of mac and cheese.
Before we can safely come together, we need the facts.
As COVID-19 vaccines become available, you may have questions.
Should I get it?
Is it safe?
Should I wait?
It's smart to question. Now, get the facts at getvaccineanswers.org so you can make an informed decision when vaccines are available to you.